What's up, everybody? J.R. Raymond back again, coming to you from MRB Classic Pro Shop here inside Classic Lanes in Rochester Hills, Michigan, where today we're going to talk about practice a little bit. I know, practice. Who wants to talk about practice? But I want to make sure people are practicing the right things and doing the right things and mentally setting themselves up for practice before they go, and they're not just throwing shot after shot after shot. So let's talk about that all out on the lanes here in a minute. Stay tuned. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to practice properly. And one of the things that I like to make sure to do when I'm in a serious practice mode is to shoot your spares all the time. And I like to do it sometimes without a spare ball because just as a test almost to make sure you can, do what you need to do to make your spares still. If you got to level it out, flatten it out, and if you can hit the pin twice, that's a pretty good sign. So, but otherwise, when you're trying to get better physically, I'll focus on certain areas. You always, before you start practice, you have to pick a few things that you absolutely want to work out. And you don't want to pick like 5 or 6, you want to pick maybe 1 or 2. Most people just want to pick 1. And if I'm going to pick 1 right now, it's going to be making sure I don't pull the swing down from the top. So when I get to the top of the swing, is what we talked about the other day. I get to the top of the swing, I don't want my shoulder to collapse forward. I don't want to see the ball transition this way and then tuck back in. I want to see it come this way, and I want to see it come straight back down. I've always had a little bit of a tuck, so it's always going to be there a little bit, but as much as I can minimize it, the better off I'm going to be. So I'm really focusing on just relaxing at the top of the swing. Don't pull down and just let her go. Just roll the ball. Keep your balance all the way through. We don't care about results. I don't care about how many pins I knock down. I'm simply working on those specific things. And even when I'm working on these specific things, I'm not working on, targeting. I don't necessarily care if I hit my target. That just kind of comes a part of it. You're going to be hitting your target if you're doing it correctly, so it's not an issue. So once I fix that and I work on that for a little while, and I feel comfortable that I can repeat it, which before I started this video, I've actually been working on it a little bit, we'll move on to something else. And now one of the things that I really like to work on is my angles and my targeting. So I will pick a few different spots, a little bit straighter and then some in, and I'll work on my visualization, actually seeing where I want the ball to go. So I'm going to line up on the approach, and I'm going to watch, and I'm going to actually visualize my ball crossing a specific target, down to a specific target, and watch the ball go through the pins. Now, the result really doesn't matter so much as it is where the ball goes. You just want to make sure you can play the angle that you're trying to hit. So if I want to get this ball right at around 15, and I want to get it going in between the 6 and the 10 pin, then I'm going to stand and line up, and I'm going to visualize that. And I'm going to see, I'm not even going to pay attention to where I'm lining up. I'm just going to visualize where I want that ball to go. I'm going to set up, draw the line from where my target is down lane to where my target is in the front, and just go. Right there. So it was right on target of what I wanted. So I'm going to do that over and over again. So then I'll test myself a little bit playing straighter. That's in the middle of the lane-ish. We're going to play a little bit straighter, see if we can get the ball going straighter up 10. So I'm going to line up in a spot where I think I need to be to throw the ball straighter up the lane around 10. I'm going to draw my line, so I'm never going to let the ball, hopefully, never going to let the ball travel past 10. So it's going to be right in line, just to the inside of the 6 pin. So I'm visualizing it, looking at it down at the 6 pin, and drawing it straight back to 10. I got it going right, but it's still okay. It's still in line. All right, I kicked the camera, so I'm resetting it for you. So now, after I do that a few times, I'm going to try a deeper angle line. So now I kind of want to try to cross somewhere around 23, 24, and I want the ball to go towards the 6 pin. And I'm going to make sure that my hand's in the right spot, all those things come into play, but I don't pull it down from the top of the swing. I'm going to visualize that 6 pin. I'm going to see the ball going towards the 6 pin, draw it back to about 23 or 24, and then go. just like that. All right, so now we know what's exactly important and what we need to be looking for when we're practicing. Now, we got to make sure that we're focusing on specific individual things. We can't just go and throw shot after shot after shot expecting to get better. If we're not constantly thinking about specific items that we want to get better at, we're never going to get better at those certain things. And when we're out there just constantly throwing shot after shot, you're not really doing anything other than reinforcing some of the bad habits that you've already got. So make sure to either A, go get a coach to know what your bad habits are or the things that you need to improve on. B, get a virtual lesson from me. We'll tell you what to do with that stuff, and then you can take and practice it. And C, pick out one of those things that you're told and work on that each day until you get it mastered. Once you master that, move on to the next thing. So that's all I got for you. Just make sure to comment below. Let me know, what's your practice routine? What do you do when you go practice? And comment below with what your routine is, and then make sure to like, subscribe. And until next time, I'm out of here, guys. We'll see you later. Take care.